What's going on, my City Galaxy? It's the Central Man here. So this is my review of the final episode of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show, Series 1, Episode 6. The title of this episode is called One World, One People. This episode is a bit of a mixed bag for me. You had some ups, you had some downs. The downs is a bit confusing, but the goods, the ups, they were good. It wasn't a perfect season finale, but it was an enjoyable season finale to wrap up the show. So, if you see on the screens right now, it's 100% confirmed that Sam Wilson is the new Captain America, the Black Captain America. His suit was badass, wearing the red, white, and blue. He ditched I think his original suit was red and black. Was it red, white, and black, I think? Yeah, he ditched that and, go with the red, white, and blue, a nod to Captain America. He was basically the showstopper, the MVP of this episode. There was one funny liners of this episode. There was, in the beginning of this episode, you had Sam going to the UN, and this one guy said, "Who are you?" And Sam says, "I'm Captain America." And the guy says, "I thought he's up in the moon." I said to myself, how the hell Steve Rogers is in the moon? He's an old man. I just don't get it, the reference, but it's kind of funny. And then later on in this episode, when he carried the body of Carly Morgenthau, I'll get to her character a little bit later on. You had the reporter saying, "What's your name now? Are you gonna be Captain America?" One reporter, journalist says, Are you Captain Falcon?" It's like Captain Falcon. It's a bit hokey, those code names. But in the end of this episode, there was an intro says Captain America and the Winter Soldier. So it's hinting, is it going to be a second season of the show? And it's confirmed that they're going to make a fourth Captain America movie. I can't wait. So I think it's going to be, Sam Wilson's going to be Captain America. It's 100% confirmed. So, anyway, this episode was, like I said, a mixed bag. Yes, let's get the negatives out of the way first. So, you had Sharon Carter's character on this episode, and I don't think we got to confirm that she is Power Broker, because I thought she is Power Broker because, she's the one broke Patrick out of jail. She said, without me, you'll be rotten in an Algerian prison, so. And all of a sudden, it's helping Sam and Bucky in this episode, throughout the whole episode. It's like, what the fuck is going on? It's just you kind of turn, I'm using wrestling terms, but you kind of turn this person heel, but all of a sudden, she's a babyface. I don't get it. I'll get to the post credit a little bit later on, but I don't get it. And also, there's one scene later on between the confrontation between her and Carly that is confirmed that Carly used to work with Sharon, and you should have worked with me. So I just simply don't get it. I don't know. It's just what the fuck. Another negative for me was the fight between Falcon and Patrick. Before that, I need a sip of my water. Oh yeah, the fight scene between Patrick and Sam was a bit disappointing in the UN. He had some one funny liners, like with Patrick, you cost me a lot of money. He said about how much money for your new bird suit. And I think Sam says about it's gonna cost you a baguette and a few French fries. And I laugh about that, but that's George St. Pierre's character. He's not French; he's French Canadian. It's a good punt. You got he said a baguette and a few French fries. Anyway, the fight scene was a bit disappointing. He didn't really beat up Patrick. He's basically just laughed because the helicopter was hijacked by one of the flag smashers. I think Carly Morgenthau's performance was good. Throughout the whole show, she was good. That's Erin Kellerman's character. She said that no matter we die, the movement's going to continue without us. And she died, and also the rest of the flag smashers died. So before that, and also Patrick got killed. Because there's this gun scene. It was at gunpoint. You had Sharon with the gun, Carly with the gun, and also Patrick with the gun. and they end up shooting. Yeah, Batcher was dead. I never predicted that Batcher would die. I thought like Sam's gonna beat him up. He'll be sent back to prison, but no, they killed him dead. I think who killed him? Oh, I think Sharon killed him. Because I think like Batcher's speaking French, and Sharon says I don't deal with blackmail, and yeah, he shot Patrick, and then Carly shot Sharon. Sharon wasn't badly wounded. I think she got shot in the hip. There's one scene in the dying moments of this episode, not dying moments, but the end, nearly the end, wrapping up of this episode. You had Sharon still treating her wounds, and Sam says you need to go to the hospital, and Bucky says she's not going to listen. I'm guessing like it's very confusing that she said in episode I think it was episode 3 that if she goes back in America she end up getting locked up. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Yeah, Carly got killed. And also we got no fight between Bucky and John Walker. He did show up. He's wearing the Captain America suit with the new shield, with his medals really behind the shield, And also he wants to go after Carly Morgenthau for what he did to Lamar, And I totally agree with Carly because she didn't meant to kill her, I didn't. Yeah, she said I don't meant to kill your friend. It doesn't. Something about doesn't matter. And Walker says, is Lamar's life doesn't matter. I totally agree. I totally agree with Carly. She didn't meant to kill Lamar. I thought she meant to knock him out cold, but instead he killed him. Anyway, so yeah, I don't get with Walker's character. He was leaning towards the villain side. I think they were teasing like he's gonna be a baddie, but instead, he's not. I don't get it. I simply don't get it. There was one scene like there was like the police van with a lot of people were in it was leaning towards. I think it was leaning towards a scaffolder. He was going after Carly, fighting with Carly on the scaffold. He dropped his shield and trying to pull basically the truck, backwards. It was leaning towards their deaths. Yeah, the flag smashers stopping Walker to save a lot of people. Carly and a lot of flag smashers fall off the scaffold alongside Walker. They didn't die, but and also Sam, Falcon basically saved the people in the fan with using the thrusters and the shield because he doesn't have the super serum because he's not really Captain America, but the proper Captain America, Steve Rogers and John Walker have got the super serum. Sam doesn't need it. He's got like the thrusters. We got the return of Red Wing or Red and White Wing. He's not really red. We haven't saw that machine since episode 2. Anyway, after Carly and the Flag Smashers broke it, you had the one funny line with Bucky says, I wish I want to do that. Anyway, so you saved a lot of people in the fan on the scaffold using the thrusters to pull it into safety. And also with the helicopter scene, you got the flag smashers. One of the flag smashers was in the helicopter with the lot of politicians. And also there was another funny liner like Sam got close to the helicopter. You got this helicopter driver was driving the helicopter, or the pilot. So he he kind of crashed Sam into the water, and then you got Sam says, "Boy, you're looking for the ass whooping." He also knocked that dude out of the airplane. You got this female Asian politician basically driving the airplane. You can tell, like, he's a proper hero. He doesn't really give a shit about the glory. He's kind of like the MVP in this. Throughout the whole show and this episode, Walker's a bit of a change of heart. Maybe this dude. I think he's got a bit of anger issues, psychology issues. He's not mentally disabled. Sorry, I can't stumble. A bit of a mental disabled. Maybe it's the serum play a massive part, but And also, instead of like, I think like the senator said, like, something about like violated the policy, you end up spending like rest of your life in a U.S. discipline banker, not banker, but bunker. Basically, he's gonna get sent to jail. But instead, he didn't. He got reinstated, not as Captain America, but as I think they call him U.S. agent now. He has this scene with him, his wife, and Valentina, played by Julia Louis-Drivers. I don't think we might see her in future projects, but she was there for just a cup of coffee. Here's the problem: she only been there for 2 episodes. If she'd be there earlier, like in the second episode, maybe. I don't know, but I don't know what's her connection about Valentina's character. I think it was her name, Valentina Del Fonte. Yeah, U.S. Agent. That's a stupid code name. But sometimes these superhero names, they could be hokey and just dumb. It's funny in episode 2 you had Lamar's code name. It's Battlestar. That really pissed off Bookie. I kind of laughed. So yeah, it's not the last time we'll see basically Walker in the MCU. And also there's one scene when the Flag Smashers got arrested. I think it was a quote of Lincoln. He said about like Mercy bears richer fruit than strict justice, and Bookie says that's from Lincoln, and Walker says great man, great quote. Yeah, not how you say it. I kind of laughed. There was some, like I said, there was some funny liners in this episode. So yeah, kind of mixed bag. I thought he's gonna be led to like, I don't know, Walker might die, but before I watched this episode, I thought maybe Walker might be, preparing a second season if they going to do a second season. We don't know, but yeah, you can tell that he instead of fighting Colin Morgenthau, it was briefly, but he did the heroic thing, trying to save people. That's really what Steve will do. He don't give it because the Walker character, he always cares about being famous and famous and glory. But Steve doesn't really give a crap because the true hero don't care about that. It's all about helping people. But yeah, I think with Wyatt Russell playing the role as John Walker, I think he did it damn well. I think he was an asshole, but I think he's not really a villain. He's kind of like, he wants to be the good guy, but he can't. He's a bit troubled. He was, he played it because he served in the U.S. Army. He got a bit of a PSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, same as Steve and also with Bucky. That could be the issue, but yeah, it's not the last time we see. Yeah, it's not the last time we see John Walker, in the MCU. So yeah, Carly was dead. Yeah, Carly was dead in this episode. There was a final fight scene with Falcon and Carly. Sam. But yeah, you had basically Carly beating up, pushing the shield multiple times. Yeah, the shoot up scene is very confusing. I understand they're trying to guess who died. Carly did not got shot. Sharon got shot. And Badger got shot. He was shot dead. Anyway, there was because Sam wants to try to help him, but not help him, but Sam wants to help her because it's debatable if Colleen is the baddie in this show. I think she's a little bit troubled, and yeah, she's punching trying to make Sam fight. It's like fight back, fight me. And also, he's about to shoot Sam, but instead Sharon shot Carly. And the final words of Carly Morgenthau is, "I'm sorry." I think her motive is trying to make the world a better place because the whole world in the Marvel universe has been a lot of shit because it's been blacked for 5 fucking years by Thanos after the events of Infinity War. So, and also they kind of. I think some senator said about like labeling them as terrorists, and Sam said, well, they're not terrorists or refugee. It said like we don't want to end up like another Carly 2.0 because I don't know what he meant. I think he meant like something about like we don't want to end up someone's gonna take her place and do the same thing. What Sam says, I think like Senator said about you don't understand, and Sam says because I'm a black man holding the stars and stripes. You know, you can tell he's pushing and breaking the racial barrier in this whole show. You know, I think he's doing what Isaiah Bradley, Carl Lumpley's character failed to do, because when he saved a lot of people in Korea, or it wasn't Korea, but he saved a lot of people in his pursuit, years back. He got sent to prison for 30 years. And also let's talk about the positives. The ending. So the ending, we got like a Bookie meeting the old man Yuri. We haven't saw the character since episode 1, and confirmed that he killed his son. The reaction of this Yuri person, this old man, it was a bit sad, and he said why, because I can't help it. I didn't have a choice, because he was mind controlled. He was part of Hydra, and then he left. It's not like I think they did a right thing. It's a bit of a mixed bag, It's not like seeing the scene, like the whole scene, like Yuri says, get out of my house, don't want to talk to you ever again. It's just making Bookie's character a bit bad. And also one thing you don't want to see, like, oh, I forgive you, it's just kind of like a no-win situation for Bookie Barnes. It's just what it is, But there's one scene afterwards, you had Bookie looking through a window, seeing Yuri and Leah. We haven't saw her in the first episode. Yeah, they're never pushing this love interest between Bookie and Leah. I think Leah seen Bookie a little bit briefly, and then I'm guessing they got, at least with Yuri, he's got closure now after what happened to his son, because Bookie had the book. So yeah, and also things. And the flag smashers, man. They got blow up in. There was a. Also, there's one. Yeah, and also Shang did kill somebody. There's in the beginning scene. I think it was in the middle part of this episode in the car park with I think this guy called Lennox, who's working with the part of the flag smashers. Yeah, you had basically Sharon bump into him, say sorry, and he basically placed like this metal thing with the, I think it was what color is it? It's a bit greenish middle part of it, and then the truck was covered in smoke, and that guy was dead, and his skin was burning and peeling. That was a bit, I don't know, it was a bit cringe for what it is. Anyway, so yeah, and also for Carl Lumpley, he got recognition in this episode. There was one scene like he took him and his grandson Elijah to the museum and seen the statue of Isaiah, because he never got that recognition, because like I said, he saved his fellow army companions and got sent to jail for 30 years. Got experiment. He's kind of like the Black Captain America. Like I said in my previous episode review, I said I compared it to when Steve saved Bucky and his fellow soldiers from Hydra. He became a hero when Isaiah did it. Carl Lumley's character did it. He got sent to jail for 30 years. Like I said, there was a massive statue of him. You can tell there was a motion of Carl, basically not Carl, but Isaiah's eyes. He got that recognition because he never got that respect. It has to do with racial barrier at the time compared to in his time compared to right now. In the scene, like he hugging Sam, Sam, he just gave him that. He gave that. Because he owned what he did, because he never got recognition, because he's a black super soldier. I think he's the second super soldier after Steve. I see a lot of people react to that scene with Sam and Isaiah hug in the museum. A lot of people cried of it. Yeah, it was a bit of a tear-joking moment. I kind of liked it. I didn't cry, but I kind of liked it. That was a strong, powerful moment. You can tell that character Sam Wilson is breaking the racist barrier. I give Anthony Mackie and and even Carl Lumpley. He jumped ship because he's a DC guy. If you don't know, he voices he was the Stalker in Batman in the Future, and also his most famous role was Martian Manhunter in Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. So that was a strong, powerful moment, and maybe Elijah, his grandson might follow his grandfather's footsteps one day. It's not. I don't think it's the last time we see Carl Lumbly, and probably his was it Eli, not Elijah, but Eli's that's Isaiah's grandson. He's played by Elijah Richardson, so it's not the last time we see those characters in the MCU. Might be in a future project. And also, the Flag Smashers, like I said, got destroyed, got killed in a car. Was it the fan explosion? That's done by Zemo's butler. And then you got Zemo's, found out the news that rest of the Flag Smashers members got killed in the explosion. He got that smile. I like Daniel Bruhl's performance as Zemo. And it's not the last time we see him in the MCU. Maybe in the future project. I think they're doing a Wakandians type of show. That will be like in 2023. I think it'll be the last show of Phase 4. And also... so yeah, I think I covered most of it. And also the final scene, you had Bucky and Sam. They're in is it Louisiana? Sam's from. And also they're having like this party. You had Sam's like nephews, that's Sarah's kids. Basically jumping on Bucky with the metal arm. You could tell they're developing this. You could tell they developed this this friendship between, Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes. I think the stuff with Yuri is it's a way to sign up, really close off the chapter of, James Buchanan Barnes as the Winter Soldier. He could just be plain old Bucky Barnes. That's the whole thing. So I think the ending was good. And yeah, it's a way to close out and end up with a big intro that says Captain America and the Winter Soldier. It's hinting that I could see him doing a sequel. Yeah, they're doing a movie. I want to see Anthony Mackie. I think this episode, and actually this show actually is you can tell that it's really testing the waters for for Anthony Mackie. Sam Wilson, the Falcon. It's sink or swim. I think he swam. I think he's the second. He'll be the second black man, in a star role in a Marvel movie since Chadwick Boseman, who he died 1 year ago. Rest in peace. I want to see him in that, because before that, Sam Wilson is kind of like the co-star and the side character in those Marvel movies. But this episode, and actually this show, has given him a chance. You kind of break the racist barrier. I give Anthony Mackie. I can see him being nominated for an award, maybe for the Oscars for 2022. So and also the post-credit scene, you've got the senator kind of restate Sharon. Senator says, "Welcome back, Agent Carter," and also she's on the phone to someone, said about maybe the super soldier is off the menu. She said about a special prototype weapon. So we don't know. Maybe in the second season of Falcon or Captain America and the Winter Soldier, or maybe Captain America 4. That's 100% confirmed. I don't think it'll be in the whole later on in Phase 4. I think it'll be probably the first movie of Phase 5. We don't know. That'll be like in 2023 or 2024. I'd say 2024 because 2024 will be 10 years since the Winter Soldier. Yeah, and also when Carly fighting Sam in that scene earlier, I think Sam is basically a reference, a play. It really a play on, it's the same scene when in Winter Soldier when Steve refused to fight Bucky. He's doing what Steve will do. He'll never fight. He wants to help. Steve wants to help Bucky. And you got Sam want to help Carly. Go check out because he doesn't want to hurt them. They just want to help them. So that's a good reference and nod to the the Winter Soldier. The third movie of Phase 2 of the MCU. I reviewed that movie about a month ago. Go and check it out. So So I think I covered most of it. Do I cover most of it? Yeah, I covered most of it actually. So yeah. And yeah, yeah. Like I said, Sharon on the phone. I'm guessing it's one of the lackeys. You can tell. Yeah, it's confusing. She's not the villain. I think to me it's a massive disservice of the show. Who is Power Broker? You know, maybe yes. Like I said, it's debatable if Carly is the main villain of the show. Mick Walker, don't know. Zamo, 100% not, but you have to wait and find out. So yeah, I think I covered. Yeah, I think I covered most of it. You know, so yeah, that's my review of the final episode of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show, Series 1, Episode 6. So yeah, no shows until I'm doing like reviewing 11 movies of Phase 3 of the MCU. You know, still doing the MCU movie review series. So the end of this week, I'm reviewing Captain America: Civil War. Like this is because this show is a sequel to Civil War. So that'll be the end of the week. Go and check it out. That'll be at the end of this week. So yeah, we've got no shows in May. We have to wait until what 7, 11. I think we got not 11 weeks. I think we got 7, 8, 9 weeks until Loki. That'll be on the 11th of June. So for me, I've got like I'm reviewing, Phase 3 movies of the MCU. And then Loki, Loki's also got 6 episodes, same as Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's not like WandaVision. That'll be last a month because WandaVision lasted for 2 months, starting in June. It started in January, the beginning of the year, and ended in March. So that will be ended. I think it started in June and ended in July. It's about Loki, so I can't wait. I'm a big fan of John Hiddleston's role as Loki, one of my favorite villains of the MCU. So, yeah, so that's my review on it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button. Click the notification bell if you subscribe. Subscribe to the Central Mind Network on YouTube for more wrestling videos, Marvel videos. Watch all my previous episode reviews of this show, WandaVision, and previous movie reviews of the MCU. And this is the Central Man officially signing out. Before I sign out, I'll probably do like a comparison video between the first 2 shows of Marvel, the Marvel Disney Plus shows, WandaVision and this show, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That'll be next week. So stay tuned. So yeah, I think so far I think they're doing well. Disney Plus, it's 2-0. I don't think all shows. We got Loki, She-Hulk, What If. That's likely be an animated show. So all shows might not be on the same level, but I'm gonna watch them if it's gonna be good or not. So yeah, I'm gonna end this review. So yeah, like, share, subscribe. We'll see you next time. And this is Central Man officially signing out. Check you later.